Yeah, we'll be there in just a sec.
Welcome to
Okay.
Sunday Night Live.
I think we're live, my friend.
Little jingles and bells and stuff.
Who is this?
Live.
Who is this? Something of Madness 49.
I don't know. A stalker.
All right.
Yeah, now live. I'm
I'm going to tweak the audio a little bit more. I'm going to turn the music down further. I really like the music, but there we go.
Music should be death metal.
Yeah, you like a bit of that, don't you?
I love a bit of that.
All right.
I would love just, to have Eivor running around to For Whom the Bells Toll by Metallica. Works perfectly. We explore myths and legends. I just noticed nobody spells Valhalla correctly on Twitter.
Hello, Kate Minity, to give you your professional name. How are you? Still feels weird that you've got a real name. Yes, there shall be shrooms. That is true to say. Right, let's get on with it. Let's load up. There's about I reckon about a 12-second delay, Declan, between what I'm seeing and what you will see through the stream. So we'll have to account for that when we're talking about things on the screen and so on.
I can see into the future.
Excellent.
Future. Oh, I've never noticed that before.
What's that?
Because my TV is...
I'm getting a trailer. As you will see in just a moment.
I need to see this, yes. Yes, I know what this trailer is. People have been... Oh. I've seen like 15 times.
So...
Look at it, it's so pretty.
You can't wait for this, can you?
I'm so excited, and I don't know when I'm gonna play it. That's what annoys me so much. I want to play it so much, but I don't know when.
Oh my god.
Oh look!
I need to look at the controls. I am so out of practice.
Is that because you're playing PS5?
It's because I've been playing all the other games. Like I've done a fair bit of Black Flag recently. I dipped into Liberation a bit of Unity this week, and I have been playing on the PlayStation. And I've actually had to open up the controls to remind myself what to do. Okay, light attack, heavy attack, left hand action. I don't think I've ever done that. Okay, fine. Let's see how we go.
You've never used your left hand?
I don't think so. Maybe I have.
You sometimes do special kills with it. If you've got two daggers and you hold it in, it does like a dash attack.
Hey? Oh, it's a snake. Where's the snake? God, you can see that.
There's a snake.
Brilliant. Alright. I think first... let's go to Ravensthorpe, shall we? 'Tis a silly place.
I like Ravensthorpe. I think Ravensthorpe has to be one of the nicest home bases in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's more homely. I realised though, when I loaded up Valhalla the other day, I've somehow, even though I do manual and auto saves, broke my save file. So it's now opened up an old save where I actually haven't completed any of the quests towards the end of the game.
Oh, blimey, mate. That's terrible.
Means I've got more to play.
True.
When there's no content, I just go replay stuff I've already done.
How many times have you played through Valhalla?
I only played through it once.
Hello, Wolfie.
Hey Wolfie, I can't play games more than once. It's the same with stories. It's like my brain is programmed to think 5 steps ahead. So when I play a story that I already know, I'm already answering what's happening. So there's that lack of surprise, and my brain just switches off.
Have you
Which
brought
is
me
why like
anything?
it's good to replay the old ones that I haven't played like 10, 11
I
years.
have
Because
to
even though
go.
I know
Then
what's
go
going
in
to
peace.
happen, there's still an element of surprise because I can't remember how it played out.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? So
it
I'll
does.
probably replay.
I must admit, I've replayed some of these games several times, and some of the individual sequences many times. But we're going to go and see Valka, aren't we? Everyone's favourite seer.
With some tea and toast.
Would you like to... Hi, John. Welcome. You've
Hey,
booked
John.
4 days off work. Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Now that's how you do it. 4 days of
That is
work.
dedication. I'm impressed.
Last Kingdom. To be honest, I haven't seen Last Kingdom in ages. I watched like the second season, and that was it.
I watched Series 1 when it came out, which must be some years ago now, and then just kind of fell away from it. And we binge-watched Last Kingdom. Was it December? Was it before Christmas? And yeah, really got into it. I prefer it to Vikings, to be honest. I don't know what it is. Can't explain it. Just know that I prefer it. It's good. Very good series.
The show that I've been binging a lot since last year, and it's a show that I wouldn't normally watch. Peaky Blinders.
Another one that I've never gotten into, and I probably should give it another go.
I heard the final season's out tonight, so I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. But
Okay.
I'm always more into like my fantasy and sci-fi TV shows. But
Yeah.
there's just something about Peaky Blinders that seemed really interesting. Oh, Valka, honey. Whoa.
We're here. Would you like to, shall we? We all know that really Assassin's Creed is about the outfits. So should we choose something totally ridiculous for Avel to wear
Yes.
as she's going into the mist? Now, I don't have any of the really stupid sets from the Helix store or from Redder, because I'll be honest with you, I don't do any of that stuff. So my selection might be a bit weak. But let's see what we can find. Well, maybe the Draugr armor. That looks crazy.
Hey, Anna. That's how I pronounce her name.
Oh, hi, Anna. Welcome.
Oh. Maybe you should just watch. Maybe you should just run around in the. Ooh, the Draugr armor.
Yeah, I mean, is that like a spine running down the front of it? That looks ridiculous. Let's go with it. Why
How
not?
did you get that?
I don't know.
That
Maybe
looks
it was
so
one of the
cool.
Redder things, and what I said earlier about not doing the Redder quests is a lot. I definitely did them early on, but I haven't gone back to do the weekly quests or anything in a long time.
That looks so cool. I think I got some credits off Ubisoft from the
Oh,
Medals
yeah.
Guild, and that was the first time I ever bought a set. And I bought the Isu set because when you put it on, when you put it on, and you transmog Ezio's outfit over the top, when you air assassinate, Ezio's outfit gets wings from it, and it just looks
Oh, yes.
so badass. Just have Ezio, or Altair is my favourite. Just Altair kills someone and they come out with like angel wings.
We've had a request, well, a suggestion, should we say, for the
Thor's
Thor's
outfit.
set. Which, as
Do
you'll
you
see
think
me
that's-
scrolling through every option, I don't know which one that is, so I'm going to look it up.
Neither do I. I think I really didn't really use. I think I kind of stuck to one set only all the way through and just never
Yeah.
bothered changed in it.
Me too.
Which, like, no complaint over Odyssey, of course, because I love Odyssey. I kind of did prefer this approach just because with Odyssey, I was never sure what to wear. I was too many indecisions. I think I spent more time in the transmog menu than playing Odyssey half the time. Because I just loved customizing Cassandra's outfit.
Same.
Whereas this game, it's just kind of just simpler for my brain to put one nice snazzy set and I'm done.
Oh yeah, that actually does look pretty cool with the helmet.
I love
I
that.
hate all the cloaks are so bulky. We're going to hide the cloak, but we'll have the helmet because it's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, Wolfie, as you see me scrolling through every menu and trying to hover my mouse over everything, there should be a button that just says like equip the whole set. That would be very helpful. The gear management is so like in Odyssey. Yes, the game throws a lot of loot at you, 90% of which you can dismantle. But at least you could store stuff that you would keep on the address tier. Whereas here, it's all just in a big flat list. So Kate says you can equip the whole set. So
Details.
you can go into
What's
details and equip the whole. Alright, so I'm going to hover over the Raven Clan helmet. Press V for details. Oh, look! Yeah.
I never knew. Is this just PC only, or does it do with consoles?
And then press spacebar to equip the full set. Well, my mind is blown. This is why you need professionals here, you see, to help us out with stuff like this.
I haven't touched Valhalla since November.
No.
Because I've been swamped with other games, but I'm dreading to think what I'm going to be like when I actually get a chance to play.
What are we doing? Where's my Thor? There it is. Thor's cape. So press V for details. Hold spacebar. Equip full set.
That's dope.
There she is.
Thanks for that, Amit. That's pretty cool.
Pro tip. I think I prefer without helmet, even though the helmet is amazing.
Oh, I hate helmets in games. Like, no matter what RPG I play, I just think helmets are just so bulky. Like, they're never like smooth. I haven't either, Wolfie. I think it must be a PC only feature. I may just quickly Google this while James is just setting up the stuff.
I'm just going to make everyone twist their necks around now because we've got to do a quick family photo. Now.
I am tempted to just ask my partner if I can have my Xbox controller and then just boot up Valhalla.
So, where is our resident seer? Come on, Valka, where are you? Okay, Amit, help us out here. Where's Valka?
Yeah, I am so
confused there she is.
Details option.
What's she doing? Oh, is she... Is she smoking out a... Yeah, she is. She's taking honey out of... That's an amazing animation. She's smoking out the bees to take the honeycomb out of the beehive. Yes, don't worry, we'll be happy to pay that bill for you, Wolfie, for craning your neck for the portrait shot. Yeah, this animation is fantastic. I've never seen that before.
Oh, wow.
Exactly, Amit. It's still messing with my head that you've got your professional name in the chat. Medical professional, indeed.
Smoking bees. Well, that's another way to get in touch with the mythical realm. Smoke bees.
Don't knock it till you've tried it, I guess.
It's clearing things up. She's not smoking the bees. She's smoking bees to collect honey. I apologise. I thought she was putting bees in a pipe and smoking them.
No, that would be strange.
We drink tea.
All right.
And go to Jotunheim.
Let's do it.
Smoking bees is not straight.
Let's go drink some tea. Now, there's a blue. There's an Asgard potion, which is kind of a tealy colour, and then there's the Jotunheim potion, which is the azure blue. Where would you like to go, Declan? You're in charge. I'm just the driver.
With the bare hands, because you're... I'm not reading my comments. Oh god. We'll go to Jotunheim because Jotunheim is my favourite place to visit.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, Asgard, nice, but they're all pretty idiots up that place.
Which is the one that's ice and snow?
Jotunheim.
Okay.
It's one that's got that really cool illusion mechanic.
I don't remember that. Again, I'm glad you're here because I can lean on you for these details.
There's also one day I'll notice a giant's glove that you go inside.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually like a quest to get a cauldron from the giant's glove, which is actually part of Norse myth.
Okay.
You could just see that I was just playing this game and just going, oh, I remember that from the myth.
I think maybe I have a real problem here. What can I say? And it's time to confess. I know nothing about Norse mythology, so a lot of the storytelling in this game, or obviously the obvious layers of who's betraying who in the human realm are clear, but all the mythology layers and the different gods, it meant nothing to me because I didn't know it. And I guess I missed out on a lot of storytelling because of that.
I think that's why, like,
I'll get over it. Hi, Louise. Welcome.
I think this is why my stance with mythology, even though I'm begging them to not abandon mythology, is instead of doing one-to-one, which I don't agree with, they should do their own spin. Like, the builder story that you see in Asgard is nothing like the myth, which is great because it's not so if they can do their own little interpretation and their own little spins, and more people can get accustomed to it. Whereas if it was one-to-one, if you don't know the myth, you miss out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I really don't want them to abandon it, but I can't see them abandoning myth, but just using it so much.
It's a good point. The deeper you go into the real myth, if the player doesn't know it, are they going to get the same enjoyment, understanding? I don't know.
It's why, like, I'm on the little stance of mythology should be in Assassin's Creed, always. But it shouldn't be one-to-one. It should be like 60% human stories because humans love to tell stories.
Yeah.
And then 40% Isu lore. But just how Valhalla had the truth video, that should be incorporated as well. And then even if you don't understand the mythology story, you get the full truth through Isu.
Yeah.
So it's that great balance of you're getting the truth out of it in the end, and that's what you should be focusing on because that's what's the best part. But you're getting a nice little mythological filter because it's impossible for humans to think of the Isu as none other than gods because kind of humans back then were scientifically dumb. Not to be rude.
Absolutely.
So them seeing like a glowy Isu ball, they're not going to be like, oh yes, it's a Isu artifact. They're like, oh look, some god has dropped his ball. Magic.
Oh dear, we're so close. Yeah. Do you know, I need to look at the map because I don't even remember what is in this region. So there's Aegir's Hall, Lane of Fools, Heart of the Wood, Thrym's House. Oh yes, then there's Utgard. Oh, of course, yeah. This is where we meet the big god dude, Utgard. I wonder if we can still go and interact with the Isu that were in Utgard, like what was her name? The scientist, the Isu scientist that we meet in Jotunheim.
Oh, I think she's meant to represent.
Oh my god.
Juno.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was Althea, but it's not. I can't believe you've 100%. I got bored halfway through.
I mean, I think I've done everything in the game apart from the mastery challenges because that really did try my patience. But yeah, I've done all the. Hang on a minute. I don't want the hood on. There we go. That's better. Yeah, did all the world events and everything, and you know.
I've been wondering with Valhalla, how much of the myth stuff is actually just Eivor's interpretation deep down, because I couldn't imagine Odin knowing how to do a leap of faith or having a hidden blade. And that is probably just, you know, me being very nitpicky.
Well, it's a good point. We're in the
Declan.
mythological realm. Why does she still have a hidden blade? But then, yeah, it's a dream, I guess. It's a blending of her suppressed personality with her current personality. There's some of the Jotuns. Oh, we're in a distrust zone. Damn it. Oh well, time to fight.
Use your spears. Use spears like you've never used them before.
Dual spears for the win.
I think, have you seen the big pole arm that's been in the deep dive trailer for Dawn of Ragnarok?
Yes. It's got a specific name, hasn't it, that weapon? I can't remember what it is.
I can't, but I keep watching the deep dive and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stop using my daggers and just start wielding that big pole arm because it looks so fun. I still don't know how you can use spears so well. I try and I look so bad.
What can I say? I'm a pro. No, I'll be completely honest with you. I have this, I think, set to the easiest difficulty because I just want to get on with the fights. I'm going to be honest with you. Combat difficulty custom. I don't know why I set it to custom. God, there's a load more settings in here since I've played this game.
Yeah, they've been trying to tweak things to make it like your own personal gameplay.
Yeah,
which
there's loads of... I mean, I knew there were stealth settings in here, like detection times and stuff, but I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I didn't really enjoy the combat in Valhalla, and it kind of annoyed me that I never became properly overpowered like you can do in Odyssey. So in order to get on with the combat and just get on with the story, I had it set to easy, and I built around dual spears because it's the fastest way of dealing with the bad guys. So
I think that's like...
yeah,
I do agree the combat isn't the best. Like, I don't mind it, but then again, I'm not a big fan of combat in Assassin's Creed at all. Like, I always just prefer to stealth my way around. Give me arrows and a good daggers and I'm happy. I just don't like all the abilities. That's my biggest gripe. It's just there's too many abilities. The passive choose time.
Again, this is going to sound like I'm really hating on the game, and I don't mean to, but I got to be honest, I just didn't really enjoy the abilities either. There isn't much I did like about the combat in this game. I'm really sorry to be negative, but yeah, that's the way it is.
I just find like... I think it's because I fell in love with Origins so much more, the way like everything was just passive. There was no mana wheel abilities, everything was just passive, and I loved that so much.
Yeah.
I didn't like it so much in Odyssey, but I learned to live with it because I just, you know, Spear of Leonidas, Pigs of Eden, enhanced abilities, I'll roll with it.
It's not magic.
Well, yeah.
Before everyone
I'll
tells you
roll.
it's magic.
I'll roll with it. But then with Valhalla, I was like, okay, I like some abilities, like the harpoon one, because it's kind of realistic. It's a realistic style ability. But other than that, I'm just like, not too fussed. Oh, I think there's an illusion around here.
Okay. How do you know when there is one?
If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but those little... That.
What?
Did you see screen fizzle?
Yeah.
When you screen fizzle like that, it's because you've just gone into an illusion and you've got to find the right angle.
Really?
And when you find the right angle, there's a little bit of a change.
Hang on a minute. Alright, so I'm gonna take the helmet off because... Oh, of course, we're male Eivor in the mythical realms. I'd forgotten all about male Eivor. Sorry, mate. I mean, I did play as male Eivor in the mythical realms anyway, but I kind of forgotten he was there. Anyway, yeah.
I will admit, I think that was actually the biggest bonus for the game and the biggest surprise, because I expected a syndicate situation where you could get being pulled from male and female, and then sorry, just to suddenly play all of the game as female Eivor, and then you play the mythical realm as male Eivor. You're like, this makes so much sense. Like, but why isn't it the main setting? Why wasn't the Animus Decide the canon choice
It
without
was,
all
wasn't
of
it?
us? It is, but like, I just didn't think it should. We shouldn't have had the choice. I think it would have just been nice just to log in as it is with no choice of gender, because the reveal for Asgard would have hit so much more if you weren't expecting it to change over to male Eivor at some point. If that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, Wolfie, you are right. Havi, not male Eivor. Yeah. Just force a habit. Or not even force a habit, just so many
Stupid
people
marketing.
using it in common wording that I've fallen into the same habit. Yes, playing as Havi.
To be fair, it's just stupid marketing. It's the only complaint I'll have is the marketing. Kind of got male Eivor, male Eivor. Well, no, Eivor is 100% female. It's Odin that's male. And I really think Valhalla may have succeeded to be more impactful with mythology if, when you loaded the game and you get to the point where you meant to choose, that you didn't get a choice and it just loaded up as Eivor. Because if you never knew Harvey was coming, and then suddenly you drink a potion and you're now, as the marketing calls it, male Eivor, or better known as Harvey, you're gonna be pretty shocked. You're like, oh, didn't see this coming. But I think that's just kind of a biggest gripe with the whole marketing situation. It just shouldn't have been how it was.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I went for Animus Decide. It felt like the right thing to do in terms of canonicity, but still kind of frustrating that this situation exists.
To be honest, I keep hating that I have to go on Twitter and people like, you're so wrong, Eivor is male. It's like, well, no.
Not really.
But, but the box puts a male. And I'm like, the box puts a male for Odyssey, but there's a whole canon novel that's about Cassandra. So,
Yeah.
just because a box says it's canon doesn't mean it actually is canon, right? He was parkouring over rooftops.
Just messing around. The problem we have is that I was wondering if we could sneak into the vault and meet up with what's her name?
The question to your answer, John, is I believe it was Dan McDevitt who mentioned this, but Javi isn't. I think it's because, like, if they mentioned that it was Odin, it would ruin the surprise, whereas Javi is like a lesser known name of Odin. It's one of his many names, but it also makes it more unique than most Isu, where the Isu, you know, like Juno, Minerva are word for word, and Loki, word for word, Isu and the mythological counterpart. Whereas I think in my opinion, Harvey makes him different than the Odin counterpart, if that makes sense. But I know Darby mentioned that it was to like keep it as a surprise, so people never truly clicked on what was happening. I think it works a lot better, because then you could argue then that there was never an Isu called Odin, but a Isu called Havi, and the people being people just invented Odin as a new name. But that's possibly my way of looking at it, because I'm a bit strange.
Yeah. I don't think you're strange. I suppose, I wonder if you knew the myth, how quickly would you have understood the story right from the first few scenes? You know, okay, this person is this person, this person is this person.
I remember, I think it's because I knew myths, and I knew about the sage mechanics, and I loved the sages in Black Flag. When we got halfway through Valhalla, and it's just this with the server, I think I put it in, I asked if Javi, who was actually Eivor, because we were doing like the confession corridor, and like Javi was like, oh, but Eivor, you should do it like this. And I was like, oh my god, is Eivor actually Javi at the same time? Is that how we get a male or female? And then when we got to actual ecological art, I was like, yeah, yes, I was right. I am smart.
Yeah, I mean, you know this stuff a lot better than I do, so yeah, you probably saw things way easier than I did. I was laughing at Anna's comment in the chat there, so I keep going to purchase expecting parkour sequence. Well, there was a few places where I thought there's a few ropes, but yes, it quickly fizzles out. There isn't. I was hoping to maybe find a few routes through the town whilst Declan was talking, but yeah, sadly been undone there. There's not even in a few places where I was looking at some of the trees because some of them I thought might be parkourable, but I don't think so. So here, why isn't there a post or something that leads over there, or I don't know. Anyway.
I think this is what's making like Assassin's Creed so.
Well, that guy does like a combo.
I don't know how to word it, but it just makes me laugh that the animus apparently in some of the older games had to add like hay bales and different ways for you to do parkour, like carts and everything. And in these games, it's like we're not going to do that. So it's like kind of makes you laugh. Like in all the games, the animus tried to make more parkour sequences for the player for synchronization, I believe.
Yeah.
And these games like, nah, let's not do that. And if you just eat a reindeer by accident.
Say again.
You just killed a reindeer by accident.
I may have killed a number of people. The downside of dual spears is the finisher is like a sweeping 360 swing of the blades, and it does tend to take people out in a wide area, which is yeah, it's an unfortunate side effect, but I'm a god and I don't give a shit about anyone basically because I'm Javi. I really don't like Javi as a character. I'm not sure how playing him in Dawn of Ragnarok for 30 or 40 hours is going to be because he's not exactly a likeable guy. So we'll have to see if they make him likeable or not.
If the
Can't aim for shit. There we go.
do it be an understatement because he's an absolute dick in mythology as well.
Right.
He's just a toss bug in general.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get a game where we get to play as a complete arsehole for 30 hours.
Oh, he's so fair. He thinks he's all that. And it's so hilarious because in one of the myths, he's like, he falls out with Loki and he's like, he basically tells Loki to fuck off. Pardon my French, but he's like, fuck off. And then Loki's like, hang on, mate, hang on. You said I could eat in your hall whenever I want, so don't start backstabbing me, mate, because he fell out with us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink my drink, and then I'm gonna slack his all off while I'm drinking my drink. And you can't do out about it, Odin.
Nice
and then
guy.
Odin just sits there just like,
Yeah.
dick.
Nice guy. Wolfie said in the chat that she turns off the QT for assassination. I have it turned off as well, but I've noticed, I don't know whether it's a common bug, but I've noticed since the major title update, every time I start the game, that QTE is turned back on, which is quite frustrating. Guaranteed assassination on. There we go.
See, I feel a dick for saying this, but I really do want to play Dawn of Ragnarok as female, as Eivor herself, because it's what I'm so used to. But because I'm addicted to mythology, I want to play as Javi because it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, but I want to play as Eivor because, it's Eivor's memory, but I'm torn. Do I go for full immersion and play as the dick god himself? At least Amit can agree it's better than Zeus.
I mean,
Zeus
it's not great competition, is it, between them? Jeez.
No, but I think Zeus is more up there as the dickwad. I think it goes Zeus, then Javi, in my opinion. Javi just narrowly misses. But I am.
Oh, Wolfie says it keeps resetting, so that the guaranteed assassination is resetting for her as well. Then, okay, so it's a bug, right? Yeah. Oh, someone's detected me, and here I am trying to parkour down. Parkour down doesn't work in this game. It's just hold shift. Yeah, Louise says it right. It's not that hard to be better than Zeus. Yeah.
That's true. Stop shooting the reindeer. The
Yeah,
reindeer don't hear you.
I saw the reindeer and I figured if I didn't shoot it, you know, Amit would be sad. So
If there is another life beyond this, I hope it is a better one.
Have you seen any of the Access the Animus videos then for Dawn of Ragnarok?
I have watched all of them. I love their content anyway.
So do I.
I can't remember how I found. I think I found the channel maybe a year and a half ago or something. And yeah, I watch all their lore analysis. I mean, let's be honest. You could buy the game and play the game, or you could just watch their lore analysis. It's a lot cheaper.
Well, the reason I was going to ask, because I actually directly messaged Marcus this myself, because I watched the first one, and I'm going to find the message before I go any further, actually, and I was kind of blown away. But in their first discussion, now I've lost it. In the first discussion about Dawn of Ragnarok, here we go, found it. Yeah, so in the Dawn of Ragnarok, so I said to him, in the Dawn of Ragnarok, there's a bit about relics being piece of Eden, possibly being brought over this time. So I asked him, in law, is it possible that Isu are older than we know, and a pre-current Isu race could have had a solar flare? And
Yeah,
we were discussing it, and it seems plausible.
absolutely possible. Yeah.
And if it is, even though, you know, we've had this, like, a lot of in-depth knowledge of Isu already, if Dawn of Ragnarok comes out as this, actually there was, like, 7,000 years of Isu before the current timeline,
Yeah.
that just makes the whole Isu 10 times more weirder and mysterious. I'm gonna catch him on the chat. Here we go. Zeus did not die though. No, but he should have.
He didn't
Like,
die,
seriously.
did he? Really needed to.
I read Stephen Fry's Mystios, which is like his retelling of Greek myths, and basically after what his dad did by eating all his brothers, he was an absolute dick. He was just flirting with everyone at his age. He was just like, yeah, I'm smoking hot, and what? And it's like, keep it in your trousers, mate. I was like, somebody needs to buy Zeus a chastity belt. I'm so bad, but I read it and I was like, how many kids like Zeus father? And I'm like, geez, that guy needs a chastity belt.
Yeah.
And then Artemis is like, absolutely just owns him.
Or then he turns into a swan or something, doesn't he? Good move.
He's a prick.
Yep.
I say, Norse gods equal wimpy losers, Greek gods equal absolute chads. I want to say I disagree, but I can't disagree because in all the Norse myths I've read, Norse gods do come off as wimpy losers at times. Like, literally, Odin went on a mad binge because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked in Ragnarok. Artemis is out. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Louise, but didn't Artemis like just demand a crap ton of stuff of Zeus? Like, I think it was a bow and some other. I remember the myth. She basically just had no fear of Zeus, just demanded he give her everything. James, did you get that gold bolg from Wrath of the Druids? Lightning spear.
The slightly awkwardly named gay bolg or bolog or something, which seems almost rude, but it's not rude, I'm sure. I do have that spear. It's the one with the lightning shocks, isn't it?
So is it a shockingly good spear?
Oh, get out! Why am I not seeing any lightning effects? I thought it kind of crackled in your hand.
I don't know. It was a very long reach to get that joke out.
Oh, hang on a minute. Have I got a transmog applied here? I think I have.
Wait, is that the Spear of Leonidas?
Yeah, huh?
Why did you get the Spear of Leonidas?
It's part of the crossover.
Oh
It's
yeah.
when you go to oh my god, what's the island called? Skye, the Isle of Skye.
Yeah.
There are two legendary weapons hidden. There's the Spear of Leonidas, which you see here, and there is the sword, which I think is just called the Hero Sword. And because of Valhalla's terrible inventory management, I shall now do loads of scrolling to find it. There we go, the Hero Sword, which is the kind of what would you call it? Like the canon sword or the game box art sword that Cassandra has. So yeah, those are two legendary weapons you can pick up.
Yeah, see, because I accidentally loaded an old save and saved over it, I haven't gotten any of the gear from the Isle of Skye.
Oh
I've
right,
only
okay.
done, so I've got to basically do the very last arc of Valhalla again.
Okay.
Complete. Oh, increase assassin damage and stealth damage. I need the hero sword.
See, the thing is, right? Again, this is where maybe it's a good change depending on your point of view. With Odyssey, if you wanted one-hit assassinations, you had to choose the right gear and the right engravings. And in Valhalla, you can just turn on guaranteed assassination, and then you don't need to build for assassination damage. You can build for melee or ranged, and just completely ignore any set or any piece of gear that has an assassin benefit, because you don't need it. So it makes your kind of building side of things much simpler to just turn on guaranteed assassination.
I will agree, because I remember I did an assassin build for Cassandra,
Missed.
and it was a good one. It was like one hit.
Yeah.
But my friend was able to build one in half the time because he was able to buy a Helix Star set that
Yeah.
came with tons of buffs for hero for assassin damage, and I was like, "Dick move! I've just spent 80 hours building this, and you just spent 20 quid and made one."
Yeah, I mean that's the frustrating thing about the whole microtransactions, isn't it? And the better gear. I bought some of the sets from the store early on. I can admit that.
I'm gonna get told off for this because everyone disagrees with me. I really don't see why people complain about Valhalla's microtransactions. I get there's too much of it. I will agree there's a lot. But as someone who's not bought any of them and got some free credits after I beat the game, you don't need them.
You're
You
absolutely
can play
right. You do not need them at all. At all.
So I really don't see what the problem with the microtransactions are. I know there's a lot, and that is a problem. There shouldn't be as many, but if you're gonna buy them, then new.
I think the perhaps the way of thinking of it is Valhalla has not been a stable release,
Yeah.
right? And Ubisoft are punting out armor sets at a hell of a rate, one every couple of weeks for the last, since the game was released. And yet there are still, or there was until recently, fundamental flaws with the stealth. You know, like one of the most basic components of these, what should be one of the most basic components of an Assassin's Creed game, which is stealth, was completely broken. Yet, you know, the Helix store was very well stocked with items, and that just sticks in people's throats. You know, so it shows where the emphasis on development priorities are. I think the other thing, and I didn't realise this until I watched the JV Valhalla review that he did a few months ago. And when the game was released, there was no XP boosters, none of these other boosters, and then they mysteriously arrived in the game as an undocumented patch some months later. And it kind of felt underhanded, and, you know, kind of quoting from him here, not only do these things exist, which we can debate separately, but the fact that they were kind of shadow patched into the game later to avoid sort of negative press just kind of shows a very poor approach to the audience and to the paying customer. That's his opinion. I don't buy them now. I bought a few sets for Odyssey. I haven't bought any of the other any sets for Valhalla. Don't think you need them. I've paid enough for the game. That's my opinion. I paid, I think it was £70 or £80 for the gold edition, and that's more than enough. I don't want to pay any more. But you know, they're there if people want them. So yeah.
I mean, my take when the XP boost came out is I was a bit like, why did they secretly add them in? I thought it was a bit of a weird thing. But when they added them in, I kind of felt like, well, who's gonna buy them? Because the rate of XP in this game is phenomenally impressive, and nothing's level gated, and it's weird because all
whoa, nothing's level gated.
Yeah, nothing's technically level gated. Like, you can. I'm probably underpowered at the moment. I'm like severely underpowered at the moment, but I've never had issues in areas. You know, I've been able to explore all of England at 200 power. I was even able to take down the first drinker in Norway 150 power level under, just by setting the combat to easy.
Yeah.
And I get people be like, well, that's a level gate, but if you can set the combat to easy and beat it really simple, it's not really much of a level gate, because no matter what, you're not undercapped, if that makes sense. Whereas
it does. I'm just wondering then if that's why even bother with level and gear and everything else. I took it as level gating because I got my arse kicked many times by much higher power level. Yeah, like Wolfish just put in chat. So there are power levels instead of levels. It still felt like the same thing to me because I got my arse kicked many times by high power enemies. To be a bit harsh, it feels like pretty much the same structure as Odyssey but dressed up slightly differently. That's how it felt to me.
I can agree with this 100%. I think I do agree that with the power levels it's level gating, so I am gonna agree with that is correct. But I think because I was able to drop it to easy and I managed to beat it, I kind of just gloss it as well. You can go anywhere. You know, I've done Valhalla a lot of time and I've always been underpowered.
Yeah.
So I've always had the mindset, because I've always been underpowered, because I've not done side stuff, I've not leveled up, I've just played the game. I've just always had the mindset of, well, if I can beat it 150 power level, then surely it's not level gated. But I do respect and do understand that if there is levels, they're in there, then that is a form of gating. But they're basically there because it's kind of hard to have an RPG without that system.
Haha, now we're getting to the real question.
Yes.
Does any of this stuff add anything to the game? Probably not.
No.
And does it need to be in there? No.
No. But this is where, as a guy who loves RPG, I think Assassin's Creed, the RPG formula they've got now, is great. I don't see a problem in it. But the knock-on effect is drastically gate levels. Because you can't. The only way they could do levels is if they just made everyone one level system. And then that would feel weird at the same time. Because it's the balance of, do you want everyone to be overpowered or underpowered? And as the game gets bigger, if, let's say you play Valhalla and you could one-shot every enemy from the beginning of the game, some press would say this game's too easy. If they had level system like they have now and things are too difficult, press would say it's too difficult. It's an impossible balance, if that makes sense. It's just an impossible balance for a game of this scope to get it perfect. I mean, if they're going to have levels and level gating, and all that, like power level thing, you should still be having a chance to go everywhere and anywhere and beat any type of enemy, no matter your level. Like, that should always be an option. And then to me, gives you both the option of a level system, but one that's not demanding on the game. That makes sense.
I was concentrating so hard on that fight, I wasn't actually listening. So, I'm so sorry.
I mean,
I'm so
I'm
out
just
of
trying to-
practice. I'm trying to get back into the habit of, because every game, even though there's parry and dodge, they all have slightly different timings, and I'm just trying to get back into the habit of Valhalla, which is a bit different to Odyssey, which is different to Origins, which is different to Syndicate, and all the rest of it. So, and I've not played. I've been playing Miles Morales this week, or the last 3 days, and before that God of War. So I'm totally out of practice with these things, and my old brain doesn't adapt quickly. Come on, mate, climb the rock. How hard is it? All right, never mind. We'll skip that.
I did want to discuss something though that Wolfie mentioned about the disappointment that there's more sets behind the paywall. Now, Wolfie has actually touched on a point that actually is my biggest gripe with Odyssey and Valhalla, and that is the whole Reddit system would be good if they didn't just sell one random piece at a time. That's my biggest gripe. They should sell at Reddit full sets for like 500 opal, because selling like a helmet that is only opal, and then maybe 6 months down the line you'll get the chest piece.
Yeah.
It's a dick.
It's all been very well weighted to make you spend real money to complete the sets. I tell you one thing I didn't realise, and this maybe will mark me out as a complete noob, but you know Jaw Raptor on his channel, he often does the Helix credit giveaways. He's done them for a long time, so he does 2,300 Helix credit giveaway. And I've never entered, I'm not interested, but I never even thought about what does that actually mean? What does that buy you? What's it worth? Have you ever looked it up? It's about 20 quid for 2,300 Helix credits, and most of the full armour sets are about 2,000 credits. So you're paying about £17 for an armour set. I mean, hey, it's your money, you spend on what you want, but I thought that was a staggering price for a cosmetic.
It is, and to be honest, I'm not going to disagree. I think the prices are just stupid. Oh, let's look at Yarmander's skin. Oh, look around the tree, there's a note.
Okay.
Look around. Yes, the camp there's a note.
I'm going to go back because I'm a few seconds ahead of you.
Yeah. In the camp
that's
there's
right. Okay.
a note. I was going to say, I do agree the price is ridiculous, but which is why I think Redder should be selling these things, full sets, in a shop. So if people want to spend 17 quid, they can. Or if you want to spend 500 opals and get the whole set, you can.
Oh
Redder
yes,
shop.
do it with the in-game currency. Yeah.
Yeah, you. As a guy who is free to play with every game he plays, I'm very critical of an MTX store, and I'll always will be. And I love Reddit's system of getting some stuff for free, but individualizing it is the worst way possible, because
Yeah.
no one should have to wait 6 months to complete a set. They should give people the option.
Oh, there's a note here. Took me a minute to find it. I was looking at the snake skin on the tree and trying to get a good viewpoint to look around the location here. So let's have a look at the note. Torn page from a journal.
This is what I wanted you to find.
All right, let me read it. So this day we came upon a fascinating sight. Here of old did the gods of the Aesir rest on their return from our realm. In their wake were three of monstrous form, the spawn of Lockyu and she who tames tongues, a worm, a pup, a child half dead. The worm, though young, was growing before their eyes, so the gods tied it to this tree as they slept. When morning came, they released it and went on their way. Okay, I don't know what any of that is. So
Okay, so
explain.
let me slow down. Look, because I've caught up. So, a worm, a pup, a child half dead. So, Loki's first child, Jormungandr, a worm.
Hang on.
This.
Jormungandr, the world serpent, is Loki's child.
Yep.
What?
Loki. Right. Okay. So let's dive into the myth.
Yeah.
Loki has 6 children.
Okay.
Right. He has 3 Aesir children that I can't remember the names. He also has 3 children with she who, well, whatever it called her, the she who twists tongues. Basically Althea. I think it's Althea, and they had 3 children. They had Jormungandr, the world serpent, Fenrir, Fenrir himself, the wolf, and Hel herself, the half-dead child. Now, um, Hel runs Malfheim, and Hel is the one who holds Balder captive when
Okay.
Loki refuses to. She holds Balder captive, and she says to the Aesir, "You can have Balder back, only if everyone cries." But Loki refuses to cry, so his
Okay.
daughter keeps Balder forever. Jormungandr is the worm, his first child, and
Okay.
Thor has to fight Jormungandr, but Jormungandr will kill Thor at Ragnarok.
Okay.
And the pup is Fenrir, who you've already fought in Asgard, and it's the child that
Right.
Odin himself always feared, because he will kill Odin. Now,
No, hang on a minute. That
if
says there. There's 3 monstrous forms: a worm,
yeah,
a pup, and a child half dead. So who is the child half dead? That can't be the same thing as
Hel,
the pup. That's Hel.
that's Hel. His daughter, who now runs Malfheim, and the one that's holding Balder
So
captive.
Loki's daughter is Hel,
Yeah,
and Hel cares for Balder.
yes, because
Okay.
Odin did not like that Loki went and had 3 children with this
Mm.
other person. He hated it, so he dragged them to court, and he basically forced the world serpent to eat its own tail and be locked around the planet on the 9 realms.
Right.
He locked Hel in Malfheim to rule her own world, and he chained Fenrir up because of what he saw in his visions.
Okay.
And if we took it on the Aesir spin of Isu, then the worm that never stops growing, in my theory, is the first child that Loki and Althea tried to create using test tubes, because I don't think they can have kids, and it's just my theory.
Okay.
And it was an unsuccess, so it stopped, never grew. The child half dead would have been a fully formed Isu, but never survived. And the pup would be the only child to survive, but Odin, well, Harvey disagrees with this, disagrees with their experiments, and tries to get him killed, which is why in Ragnarok he gets his revenge. And that's just my theory
I see.
for Dawn of Ragnarok. But
Okay.
it's very telling that that is in Eivor's memory of Odin, because if that's in her memory, what is the Isu connection? And I may be getting a little bit too excited with it all, so don't mind me.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We spoke about this, but when we released our episode this weekend with Rue, and all 3 of us were discussing Dawn of Ragnarok, and at the moment anyway, none of us will be buying it, at least on release, or have access to it on release, so it's going to be some time before we can really experience the story and maybe talk about it in a future episode. So that's going to be a bit strange, but we'll get to it at some point, I guess.
I'm trying to keep my hype low, because I know mythology isn't the big highlight of the Assassin's Creed community, so I'm trying not to spam the
You're
world.
trying to keep your excitement in check.
Yes, even though, like, as I keep
Gotcha.
telling people, I've been demanding this sort of thing since Assassin's Creed 2, so I'm still like, yay.
I still
It's
can't
finally
believe there's a
happened.
Kraken in Assassin's Creed 2. You dropped that bombshell on us the other night.
Oh, I know. Best Easter egg ever.
I was just getting distracted, don't mind me.
We found the note I really wanted to find.
Yeah, it's interesting. So those are the three of Loki's 6 children mentioned in that note. Do you know what Anna has put in the chat there is, to be honest, probably what I will do. I will probably just watch the... Oh, and okay, we'll come to your comment in a sec, Kate. So, yeah, what Anna has said is probably what I'll be doing. So wait for Access the Animus to sort of play the game, do their lore analysis, and then just get caught up that way. But yes, so as Kate's Save Ancient Studies Alliance, will it be under Sasa, will it, Kate, that you'll be doing like a Dawn of Ragnarok playthrough? Let's play, I should say. Because that would be interesting, because I do enjoy your content on Twitch, so it'll be good to see what you can do with Dawn of Ragnarok.
I might have to avoid it so I don't get spoiled.
I mean, so this is the thing, right? If it's just going to follow the stories as already told in Norse myth, don't you already know how it ends? I mean, they all die, don't they? Because it's Ragnarok.
Well,
I'm being a little
yes.
bit facetious there, but you get me.
If I'm okay to go into detail, because I don't want to bore people.
I'll go for it.
When you look at the
Oops.
Asgard arc,
I didn't mean to click that. Damn it. Sorry, I think Eivor's about to wake up. Anyway, maybe we could go to Asgard instead.
we could do.
Oh no, we're all
when
right.
you
We're all right.
when you look on in Asgard with the Builder arc, in the actual Norse myth, the Builder doesn't just fight. Doesn't have a fight with Odin before he can has a chance before kills him. But how he gets distracted from building the wall is by Loki going out, changing to a horse, making love to the builder's horse, and then giving birth to another horse, 8-legged horse. It's all weird. But that doesn't
It's
play
always
out like
weird
that.
with these gods. Always.
Yeah. But thankfully that doesn't play out in there. Plus, in the Asgard arc, the builder never tests how he builds his wall to Odin in the myths, so you never do that like wave thing. So, and this is where I'm getting really pissy, and I'm complaining. In Norse myth, at the very end of Ragnarok, it's described as a battlefield, everyone's fighting, yada yada. But at the final end, Sutra will lift up his fire sword, and he'll cleanse the 9 realms in fire.
Okay.
And the humans will walk out of Yggdrasil. That's like basically the end of Ragnarok.
The humans will walk out of Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
Could that be like a retelling of Adam and Eve escaping?
Could
Maybe.
do, or the first 2 sages to leave Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
But this is where I get pissy. If the Norse myth says Sutra's fire sword cleanses the 9 realm in flames, how can Sutra be an Isu? Like, that's it. How can Sutra be an Isu if the Norse myth says Sutra burns the 9 realms? You cannot personify a solar flare. And yes, Wolfie, I'm not making this up. Loki turns into a horse, distracts the builder's horse, makes love to the horse, and then had an 8-legged horse baby that he gave to Odin. I am not. These are all like Loki, like Declan's lost it. He's making stuff up. Loki, 8-legged horse. Let me get this off for you. The horse is called Sleipnir.
Oh, yes.
Or the Slipper is an 8-legged horse from Odin. Where is it at? How did it happen? There's so much to figure out.
There is. We could just go and stab some people.
Go stab people. I'm trying to figure this out.
I'm going to Asgard. We'll have a look around Asgard.
We're off to Asgard. To Asgard. Yes, I think. I can't find it. How did Loki get egg? Oh, yeah. Loki gave birth to Sleipnir after turning himself into a female horse when his father demanded to sabotage the work of the craftsmen from being able to complete the fortification of Asgard in one season. Because it was Loki that told the builder, basically you can have, oh, what's her name? Freya's hand in marriage, because that's what he wants. And Loki coaxes the 8 gods to do it. Like, come on, he's never going to build it in a day. Just let him marry her. Come on, just do it. And then when it gets like close to the time, and things are ramping up, he basically like turns to a female horse, makes love to a horse, gives birth to a horse, and the builder's like, well, now I can't do my work because my horse is gone. And Loki's there like, yeah, that's because I've slept with it. And nobody congratulated Loki for giving birth to an 8-legged horse. They just complained at him because he bribed everyone to take the challenge on anyways. So, it...
Okay, so just while you can carry on talking. So Kate is saying, go to Freya's garden, please. Is that marked on the map, or do I need to... I know there's a location where we can interact with her and discover a tour, and I think it's here on this side. I'm going to put a marker there anyway, and we'll head in that direction. And Kate, you can put in chat. Oh god, this will be like the henges. That's what we're about to do, aren't we? Anyway, let's see where we go.
Okay, so to make things worse, apparently the god declared that they were going to give Loki a horrible death if he didn't make the builder forfeit his payment. So that's why he decided to turn into a horse and, you know, go. Another horse. Just, you know, Loki.
It's where you fight Fenrir first. Sorry, mate. It's where you fight Fenrir first. Yeah. It's very round. Oh, it's where we see him. Yes, I know what you mean. It's what? What's come up on? Oh, I've got a picture there. I know what that is. Yes, it's where we see Fenrir in his position in the Discovery Tour. So I know where it is. Yep. Let's go.
I think there was actually not a Norse myth about the catching the cat's footprints. I think it was.
I look forward to your consulting role with Kate on the Save Ancient Studies streams, mate. Bringing your Norse myth knowledge. Oh, I just killed. No, I didn't. Managed not to kill the reindeer that time.
Because I think I read way too much Norse myth. Is it cat's footprints you've got to catch in one of the missions? Or is it the sound of a cat's footprints?
Is that the world event where you get the cat for your ship?
I can't remember what there was an event at the there was a mission at the very start of Asgard where you got to go and collect things. Yes, that was it. The Binding of Fenrir. So this is in the Binding of Fenrir that you had to do. You had to get the sound of a cat's footprint, the beard of a woman, and the roots of a mountain, and the breath of a fish in the Norse myth. But they did a very condensed version of it in this one where it was just a mountain, which was a rock, and the cats, and they helped to make that Glemnir, which is that weird thread that they had to bind Fenrir at the very end.
Oh yeah. Don't mind me. Just
Sneaky. What? Something to come into long. Kate being Kate, I see.
Hello, Sneaky. Welcome. How's it going? We're just messing around in Valhalla, Sneaky. Well, I should say not in Valhalla, in Asgard.
And Declan's having too much fun.
Oh, it's great. No, it's good. Are there any points of interest? Oh, okay. So let me try. Kate's going to give us directions. Where you buy... I'm going to be honest with you, Kate. I know I did it, but I don't remember any of it. The northern part of the main... Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you mean. All right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
We go there now.
Yeah.
Can we find our way eventually?
Yeah, this is just like... The reason I joked there about the henges is... I mean, this must be months ago, maybe a year ago. I was watching one of Kate streams, Archeo Gaming stream, and she was streaming with Esso, who you might know from the Sisterhood server. I think he was driving, and they wanted to show on the stream Stonehenge. And Esso said, right, where are the henges? And I was in the chat trying to guide him. Okay, find London. Go south from London. Now go west to Hamptonshire. And it was just hilarious trying to do, because I wasn't in the voice chat. I was just in the text chat of the stream, and I was trying to direct Esso to find where Stonehenge is on the game map. It was brilliant. Anyway, so that's now become a bit of a running joke to try and find the henges in any of Kate's Archeo Gaming streams, especially when they're playing games that don't have any henges, like Origins.
Find the hen.
Yeah, let's go and see the seer.
The ultimate seer.
I did have some fun with Discovery Tour. Having Sean riding the reindeer through Asgard. That was good fun.
That does sound fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sean would have enjoyed it.
You'll notice I mostly take an as the crow flies approach to navigating these worlds.
Isn't that how we're meant to navigate?
Oh, she's there, look. Actually, there's even an interaction mark above her head.
Then we must become interactive.
She's watering the flowers. Well, it's nice to see Svala again, isn't it? Is that a spoiler? That might be a spoiler.
Spoilers.
Let's talk to her.
Say Asgard's so pretty to look at.
It is.
Kind. Life, which I intend to share, of course.
We are fortunate that luck follows you like a dark feline. Against all odds, your success is what redeems
You
you.
look so pretty, just chilling.
And how charming do you find me now?
Just enough to keep me awake.
I've barely seen Freak since we... I will not give up. I never do.
Good.
Thank you, Svala. Freya, even.
Ooh.
Where's she going? Oh, she's going to water more flowers. Kate says, I did get a little emotional reuniting Valka and her mum. That scene at the end of the main story when Eivor returns to Norway and plugs into Yggdrasil and she repeats the same day over and over, that was very well done. Just in terms of setting that, what's the right word? Just the sense of unease as each day started again and Eivor woke up and realised there is something not right with this world. I thought that was fantastic.
I got confused in that mission. I think, so what, we're in Valhalla now? Wait, what are we doing? Is this Valhalla? Is this
It's
the
a
end?
simulation within a simulation. The writers are doing it again.
It was really cool to see, and I was like, I did enjoy it. I think it was kind of smart, but I was like so confused for the first 10 minutes. Like, why am I repeating it? Have I broke the game? And I was like, oh, wait, no, as intended.
I'd say this is just a little personal comment, but one thing I was quite pleased with, because I didn't watch any analysis videos or playthroughs until I'd completed the game, and when I've just noticed actually watching Freya walk past us, she has the same walking animation as Sigurd, which is quite funny. They have this kind of power arm stance and power walk that they do. It's quite funny to see the same animation being used. Anyway, when they first go into Yggdrasil and you see the mechanism, I thought straight away that looks just like the Assassin's Creed film and the animus that you see in the film, and that was entirely intentional. That I learned afterwards. I thought, I was quite pleased to see that and see that it was intentional. I'd spotted the connection, so
I didn't even spot the connection.
yeah. Do you remember the film with Michael Fassbender where he plugs into Yggdrasil? Jeez, he plugs into the animus, but it's instead of laying on a bed or putting on a VR mask, it's like a spinal neck attachment, and it's like a metal exoskeleton that kind of grips around his body for sort of total immersion, or however they explain it. And I think when they were designing Yggdrasil, they decided to sort of take that inspiration and build an animus interface, if you like, that was modelled on the film, which was nice to see, I thought.
Pretty cool. It is, but I still have tons of issues with that film. I will never watch it again.
Really? How many
Yes.
times have you seen it?
Twice.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
Okay. I watched it the first time and I thought, this is pretty terrible. Which was probably 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I watched it again last year and I actually thought, oh, there's a cat. I've got to pet the cat. Hang on a minute. Watching it a second time, I thought it was... Oh, this is hard. It wasn't fantastic, but it was pretty good. I think films are obviously different medium. They tell stories a different way. And I thought he did quite a good job of telling what is a really complex video game story in a film format. So I thought it was good.
I think for me, my issue personally was, and I watched it, I think this is where it probably ruined the immersion as well. I watched it on Film 4.
Okay.
So they've got adverts.
Oh,
And
right.
it just kind of like, when you watch it with adverts, you kind of start to see how a film's, paced out because you watch it in chunks.
Yeah.
And to me, it felt like there was a lot of details that was ignored because of time. And it felt rushed, like it was trying to get the story. And I didn't think Callum Lynch's story was bad. I don't think the story was bad. I think overall it was a really intriguing story. The setting was pretty cool. Costume design, flawless. It was just pace. That's the issue. I just really felt like there was a lot of... At the end of it, I watched, I was like, is that it? There's got to be
Okay.
more, Especially when you play the games, you get like... Each memory is loaded slowly, you know what I mean? It's like, you get a great sense of the world, and then the modern days, nicely plucked in. So I feel like a TV show would work better, so you get that nice build-up of like the history, what's happening.
I would
in
certainly
history.
like, more time. Yeah, a 10-episode series or something would probably be the length of time you need to actually tell the story and explain everything.
I think the story of Aglaia would work as TV, because I still don't understand half of it. Like, Aglaia's Michael Fassbender's parents in it. I don't really understand that.
I like the fact we both just call him Michael Fassbender. Yeah. Don't know what his character name is. He's Michael Fassbender. We all know it.
Callum Lynch. But I don't understand Callum Lynch's lineage. Was his mum an assassin, a Templar, and his dad was the assassin? And what was that flashback?
I took it that they were both assassins, but I didn't pay that much attention, to be honest.
Well, I thought one was a Templar and the dad was the assassin and he had to kill the Templar. If that's the case, why did you have a child with them?
Oh, I took it that he killed the mother to sort of spare her from, I don't know, Abstergo attacks or whatever. Death at his hands rather than death at Abstergo's hands, maybe. That's how I took it.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But you could see where like maybe that little detail would work as a couple of episodes to get But I didn't understand the ending. Like, did he steal the piece of Eden or what? Did he kill the Templar? I expected a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's where my voice is starting to go.
Wolfie says both of his parents are assassins. Okay. I mean, Declan, you know the most important piece of lore from that film, don't you?
No.
Callum Lynch is a descendant of Arno Dorian.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. See, that's the only thing that matters.
I like that. It was my go-to flight movie, Kit, but it entertaining enough to start and then fell asleep during the flight. All.
I will say the first time I watched it, it was like I started it at 11 o'clock at night. I think I was probably falling asleep towards the end, and that's probably why I didn't think much of it, and that's why I wanted to give it another shot and actually watch it again. So yeah, I can understand that, Kate. Oh yeah, and Anna's said in the chat, reminded us that there is supposed to be a Netflix series coming. I mean, that was announced 2 years ago, maybe longer. I don't even remember, and I don't know if it's still happening or not.
Let me just Google something so I can get my facts right. I can't even spell Castlevania. Wait, one sec. I need to get my facts right. But there was actually a... here we go. There was an animated TV show announced back in 2016
Okay.
from the person who created the Castlevania TV show for Netflix. So there's meant to be an animated one in the works since 2016. So that's nearly enough, 6 years and no noise if it's actually happening or not.
Mm.
And then this live action TV series that's also gone dark. So it's like,
It keeps me alert.
I'm not happy if it comes to
You're strong
Netflix
as
because I don't
ever,
own
Tyr.
Netflix.
I'm glad for your swift
I'm not
recovery.
buying
You'll have to get
Netflix.
like a 7-day free trial or something.
Oh yeah, I've got 6 emails, so I'll just have to use one.
Yeah. John says in the chat that he saw the film 3 times. That is impressive.
Not in this life.
I think
But he will not join us.
I can understand Snicky with the live
The world
action
we
one
wake into,
and
we
the
free of
pandemic
his
being
spells.
delayed, definitely. But I think I'm more curious that if they announced the animated one in 2016, what's taken it so long? Because the Castlevania guys managed to create like at least 5 seasons. So I wonder what's taken the animated one so long? Because that's been in work since 2018, 16. I had 6 years to make it. You could make an animated TV show in 6 years, could you?
Yeah.
The Witcher series took about 4 or 5 years to develop and had COVID. Jesus, 5 years? Oh, I don't know, I could be wrong. If it's not on Disney Plus, then I won't watch it.
Mm.
And
That's
to be honest,
fair.
I don't even pay for Disney Plus, it's free.
Oh, really? Nice.
I'm kinda hijacking my mother-in-law's Disney Plus.
Makes
She
sense.
logged in at Christmas and she hasn't logged out yet, so we're just kind of like stealthily watching Disney Plus.
Excellent.
Stealthily. I think with Animate 1 they took on a lot of different ones. That would make sense. But they took on a lot of different ones that became popular too. That would make sense. So they're probably trying to work out what best to do.
I'm curious though, would you want it animated or would you want it live action?
Animated.
Why?
Because animated gives them that CGI freedom of like eagle vision. And like pull off some insane parkour moves that would not be possible for a human body.
Okay.
Like half the stuff Arnold does, no human body can do. No one can leap as far as Arnold. Arnold's got rabbit legs.
Yeah, and he is inhumanly handsome, so that's a good point.
And I've actually seen parkour people react to Assassin's Creed parkour, and half the time, like, no, if you do that, you're breaking a leg. If you're doing that, you're breaking your arm.
Oh, that's true, but these are humans at the pinnacle of performance. So, we could use practical and special effects to buff the live action parkour, if you like. That's a good point, Wolfie. Animated could just use past voice actors, which would be quite nice. Yeah.
To be honest, with Wolfie's point there, that would be a really great way of retelling some stories from the older games, or, as I keep telling Ubisoft if they listen to me, change a lot of the transmedia into TV shows. And then if you can't afford the books or the comics, you've got the TV shows, and you can use voice actors that play the parts in the game. Secret Crusade. There we go.
Have you got
Just
a
do that.
contract for me?
There are contracts
Use
for
Altair's
killing things,
voice actors and
contracts
give us a
for-
Secret Crusaders TV show.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sold.
it is mostly killing.
I
But
won't buy Netflix.
would you want
but I'm
original
sold.
Altair, or would you want Altair that we got in Revelations with a different voice?
These sound much
Original.
like bandits.
Okay.
Counting on you, Eivor.
Just
My
'cause of the time frame.
reputation is in your
Yeah.
hands,
I can't remember when
so
to.
be
If,
extra good.
Alright, I'm doing a Redder quest because why not? Haven't done one in
I
ages.
must be on my way now.
only person who
Goodbye.
could do that without
So
issues,
long,
Cassandra.
farewell.
Do you mean as in the voice acting Snicky?
That's what I was wondering. I would love to see Cassandra TV show.
Yeah.
Plus, if they did animate Cassandra TV show, I'm not lying. I think it'd be hilarious if they just like did a sequence where she pretended to be Smaug and then just shapeshifted to look like Smaug, hiding all over the stolen treasures of Isu artifacts. Because that's what she is. She's just basically just a hoarder. That's it. She's just a hoarder, kleptomaniac and a hoarder.
Yep.
For Isu artifacts.
Yep. She's got them all hidden away somewhere in Greece in a cave.
TV show, you go, excuse me, I can't move to the sofa with the amount of Isu balls lying around. Can you just throw them out? She's like, I can't throw them out. Well, do you really need another fleece? Yes, I do. I have 6 of them.
So, oh, I've got to kill predators. Oh, these are the boring. Mind you, they're all pretty boring. Anyway, this is a boring mission. But okay, let's go do it. Wolfie says she would like original Altair, which seems fair.
No parkour
Go,
jumping,
my
all
eyes.
of assassins would break limbs.
Oh, there's a snake as well. Not anymore.
The snake! So glad there's no spiders in Valhalla. I think that would have freaked me out.
Oof. Yeah, no thanks. Don't need spiders. I'm just going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
This is where gameplay pauses. And you're stuck with me.
That should make the area safer for a
And I
time.
am terrifying to be stuck with. I'm just like catching up on the stream watching like punch a wolf. Is that a wolf or a fox?
Alright.
I'm now wondering, apparently all bears and wolves went extinct about 500 years ago. I wonder
Yeah,
if
in
Eivor's
mainland
partly
UK. Yeah.
I wonder if Eivor's partly responsible for this.
Oh, definitely. She probably had a weekly challenge to kill 600 bears or something and, you know, succeeded.
But fed by the bears eating at dinner, 600 of them? I'll get done no sweat.
Well, what is the
Whereas
largest
this-
wild animal in the UK now? I guess it's a deer, isn't it?
Dear. Probably. I'm gonna Google this. What is the largest
Alright.
animal?
You know what we could do?
What is most okay, what's most dangerous?
Well, the most dangerous is obviously the honey badger.
Does Britain have honey badgers?
No, it doesn't. I'm being silly. I just think it's
Oh.
hilarious because the honey badger has got this cute name and it looks kind of cute, but it's also absolutely fierce and fearless when attacked. It's hilarious. I'm just looking at the map at the mastery challenges to see. We could have a quick bash at a mastery challenge just to really like kill my my spirit. Should we have a go?
Yes. Okay, so-
Wolfie says that was a fast drink. Well, I'll tell you what, Wolfie. I have opened a bottle of beer and I've poured it, and I shall now be supping it whilst playing. It'll be very nice.
Okay, so I've googled it. The largest animal is a red deer,
Right. Okay.
and the largest predator is a badger.
The badger's a predator. What?
What is the largest predator in the UK? The badger. Could it be a
Okay.
fox? What, a fox is bigger than badger? I'm now curious, what's bigger, a fox or a badger? Is a fox is an avocado a fruit? Oh yeah, it was from the other day. is a fox big? People are like, this is not Assassin's Creed. Right, okay.
What, to find us
Who-
talking about the flora and fauna of the UK? Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Who would win in a fight, a fox or a badger? Foxes won't take on a badger if they have a choice. They're just too aggressive and tough for a fox to win the fight. Fighting can happen when a badger gets into a fox den and the parents. So basically, foxes are bigger than badgers, but badgers are just absolute evil.
Right.
They're just badasses. And I'm sorry for that tangent, guys.
So, this mastery challenge requires indirect kills and requires us to hit weak points with a predator bow. Oh, jeez.
Oh, yes. I like that. Kate just put
Kate says badgers are
large.
large and nasty. Are we thinking about the same badgers? Because badgers are kind of like medium-sized dog side, no? I don't know.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
they're vicious.
maybe they're bigger in
things.
America.
I think it's just because they're vicious.
Yeah, yeah.
They would just like gnaw your leg off for the fun of it. It's like a hippo. If you steal a hippo's leaf, you're done for.
Or we've done hippos. That was a good conversation we had about hippos a few weeks ago, I must say.
On the transmedia things, cosmology. I've seen cosmology. I just haven't been able to get round to it. Cause the only thing is, I've got a Kindle, but Kindle won't let you sideload apps like cosmology on it, and I really don't.
You
want to
can
put that
load
stuff on my
PDFs
phone.
onto Kindle.
Can you?
Yep.
Oh, James, now you're telling me things. I
You
didn't
have
know.
to do it. I'll tell you why, because we've got Snicky here in the chat. I've got one of Snicky's fictions on my Kindle as a PDF to read. How do you do it? So her story is on, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Snicky, her story is on AO3. You can download AO3 stuff as a PDF, and then yes, you have to load it, I think, through a web browser. And then it can sync to your Kindle, and it becomes available to read.
That's pretty epic.
So yes, I have a couple of fan fictions on mine.
I didn't know that. I might have to look into
no.
that. Okay, hippos equal the devil. European badgers are out for blood usually, and James. I love this. Basically, people play Assassin's Creed. They make the badgers too aggressive. They've made the hippos too aggressive. Real life. No, they're just shits normally. They're just taking names.
Ooh, okay, that's a good way to get some indirect kills. Although maybe I should
Setting
have.
animals free.
Well, I set an animal free, and then I've just killed a guard with a nice fire. But I've got to hit weak points. Oh, I've just another one's. These two guards have just walked straight into the fire, idiots. Oh well, I'll take it. If it counts as an indirect kill, I'll take it.
I don't know how you're supposed to hit weak points and
Well,
get an indirect kill.
That's the thing, because the predator bow does so much damage. How do you hit a weak point? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's walk around this way and see who we can eliminate.
Thor lends me strength.
Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use the ability, the explosive arrow ability. Yeah, maybe.
I've not played Mastery Challenges in ages.
No, I've done about 2/3 of them, and I've only got gold on a few of them. And I will. This is the one thing that would stop me getting all the achievements in Valhalla, is I will not get gold. I will never get 100% achievements in Valhalla because of these horrible, horrible things.
I mean, what makes them worse is the game doesn't technically have double assassination outside of chain assassination. So
yeah,
if
you're
there's
right. Yeah.
So if there's two guards next to each other, you can't just attack them. They're getting spotted.
Wolfie is saying you've got to hit the orange glowy spots. Do you mean on the figures, on the bodies of the guards as the weak point? Yeah, I know what you mean. I've only ever done that with the whatever the rapid firing bow is called. Hunter bow, maybe? I'm not sure if I trust my aim.
I don't trust my aim either. Oh god, it's nearly 11 o'clock.
Is it really? Damn.
Yeah. On school runs tomorrow. Woo!
Right.
You've reached the level of parenting when you leave school just to start going back to school.
Can I detonate any more oil jars? Don't think so.
I have to make Xbox off in a minute. Everyone's gone to bed.
Same in this house.
We're like Batman, up late, delving out the foes.
Is there only one guard left? Man,
I
I'm
believe
not even going to get bronze level on this, I don't think.
Whoever invented Master Challenges must have enjoyed Dark Souls.
Oh. They had a really bad day when they came up with this. John says, does it mean weak points in the environment? That's a good point. So indirect kills, I think, is what I'm doing, like knocking down the heavy stone weights or killing people with the oil jars. I'm guessing weak points is on the body. I just haven't hit one yet to actually get any points there to prove whether I'm correct or not. So let's wait for that guard to come back so I can actually have a go at killing him.
Is now carrying away. Is that enough of your shenanigans?
I need to tempt him out. Come on.
I hate him out.
Oh, did I get enough points then? Maybe.
Oh,
Does that mean I got bronze or got silver? I guess that means I got bronze. I'll take it.
bronze is better than any man.
Bronze is better than what I had before, which was nothing, because I've never tried this challenge before. So, yeah. I'll take it.
The challenges are man. I think I won't play half of them because I hate the bear ones because I never use any of the weapons that the bear tells me to use.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, they're all using equipment and skills that I never use, which is weird. But I'll say what Anna has said in the chat there is the main thing. They really highlight how unreliable some of the systems are in this game, especially the detection. Oh jeez. Rush and bash kills, stun attack kills.
Ah shit, what does time?
Okay, let's do it. Let's give it a try.
After we've done this one I might have to log off to get some sleep for school.
Yeah, that's fine. Same for me. Let's do this one challenge and then we'll wrap up the stream there, because it's 11:15 here, so maybe 5-10 more minutes to finish this challenge and then we'll close the stream, everyone. Yep, thanks Wolfie. See you soon. Enjoy dinner.
Enjoy dinner. One second, I'm just gonna put my laptop on charge for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no problem. Sit on the throne. Okay, this is different. Interact. Oh jeez, what's going on?
Funny how before we started the stream my laptop was on 100%. So what's the run and bash? How do you do a run and bash kill?
You sort of run up to them and you the problem is you can't hit them. You have to do rush and bash, so you've got to wait for them to attack you, build up adrenaline through parrying or some other method of building up adrenaline, and then line them up. Oh, it's just so frustrating.
definitely do seem like the worst ones to do.
Well, that's one.
Stun attacks, eliminate. God. They definitely came up with an idea of how to be slightly irritating. How do we annoy the fan base just a little bit? Mastery challenges.
And then you hit them into the wall and it doesn't do enough damage, so you're screwed. You've instantly failed, which is amazing.
How? And it shows how the systems are working as designed.
Oh man. Working as designed.
Maybe it's a good thing that it's a side activity, not an actual activity.
Yeah, can you imagine if this was main game content required to 100% progress the game?
I would cry. I would legit. It would be as bad as the tank mission in Assassin's Creed. Is it Brotherhood? Or is it Revelations? I'm gonna say Brotherhood.
Maybe I'm missing something obvious here, but how else are you supposed to build up the adrenaline needed for a Russian bash kill?
Plants.
Say again?
The purple plants, I think.
Yeah, I've picked up a few of them, but I don't think there's any more in the environment.
Oh. Again, working as designed.
Yeah.
This challenge is probably
My least
Being
favourite. Thank you, Anna, yeah. Yeah, same here already.
when James is showing it off, I'm like, I might, like, skip this one, just, skip it.
Oh, and then just through bad luck, that one's landed on a fire and died in a fire, so that gives me no points. Great.
Wow, that's epic.
Yeah.
Again, working as designed. I'm not trying to knock the game, I promise, but
I don't mind a game having like challenging levels, or you needing to study the environment to learn the right way to do it, or watch the guards' attack patterns because you need to master, when to dodge, when to block. That's enjoyable, but this is so random. It's not within your own control. I suppose that's the way of describing it, and you're just at the mercy of RNG.
And that kind of makes it more difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. More difficult, but just more frustrating.
RNG sucks. I play. I know this is kind of different, but I play a mobile Magic the Gathering game, and a lot of times, like some of the car mechanics don't work because you rely too much on RNG as well. And it gets frustrating because it's a bug, but Dev's like, no, it's working, it's attending. You've just got bad draw. It's like, no.
Where's the fun in that? If I'm not the master of my own destiny, what's the point in playing the game?
I think that's the problem with the whole mastery challenges. A lot of systems may be working as designed in smaller combat or in a different gear build, but in this one specific challenge, it's really not working out because it doesn't fit, and then it just gets more complicated that way.
Just did a perfect rush and bash. I've chipped away the health, and it didn't kill him. So,
What's the point in that?
Exactly.
I think it's just the way.
Oh,
really
it's
think
crashed.
the way
I think it's yeah, Valhalla has crashed. I hope the audio is
Wow.
still working and people can still hear us because the game has just crashed.
the game's just had enough for the night.
Send crash report. Yeah. Yeah. I think that is that's the world telling us it's time to wrap up.
The universe has spoken.
It has. I'm so sorry, everyone. I was actually going to try and finish that one and see it through to the end, but I
Valhalla
think
was
as it's late and the game has crashed, that might be time to say it's time to wrap up.
Evil Valhalla.
Yeah. They make it more stable and then it gets less stable. Never mind.
Well, it's been a great stream.
That's been a lot of fun. It's been nice just to wander around. I'd forgotten really how beautiful the yeah, Kate, it is a sign from the gods. You're absolutely right. I'd forgotten how beautiful the mythical realms were actually. So it's been nice to go back and see them and to hear some of your knowledge of the myths. That's been great, Declan. Yeah, it's been fun.
You do know the next game to come out will have zero myths, and Declan's like at the corner, like, what can I brag about now? What useless knowledge can I give this game now that it has no myths?
Do you know what we should do for our next stream? Just had a thought. As we did our AC2 episode a couple of weeks ago with Sophia, and I lost my AC2 save game, so I got to start from scratch. Maybe we should play the first hour and a half of AC2. Just do a bit of fun there. You can teach me what you've learned in your replay, and we can have a chat about AC2. How about that?
Sounds like fun, and it sounds like I get to admit I still suck. I'll also be able to point out the building that I died on when I first played Assassin's Creed 2, and I died on again on my second playthrough.
Sounds good. That'd be good fun. Yeah, you can point out all those good things to me.
Sounds great.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Really sorry that it crashed at the end there and all you've got now is a blank screen. But anyway, it's been really nice to chat with you all in the chat and have a bit of an exploration of Valhalla. And we'll be back. We try to do these every 2 weeks. So hopefully we'll be back on Sunday in a couple of weeks' time.
Sounds perfect.
All right. Good night. See you soon.
Big soon, guys.
Okay.